Hello Sagittarius, welcome to October. This is Teresa from Tarot by T, and I'm getting ready to do your October TarotScope. And I want to say thank you for liking, subscribing. Thank you for all your wonderful comments and support. I really appreciate that. And before I start the reading, I want to bring in some good energy. And I hope you survived September with the eclipses and Mercury Retrograde. October should be a lot calmer, and especially with planets moving forward. I think our plans are going to start to bear fruit instead of being held up with delays and miscommunication. Okay, so let's see what's happening with Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know this October about love and life, love, career? What energies are coming up for October that Sagittarians need to be aware of? What's coming up for Sagittarius? What do they need to know about their love life and about life in general? What are the energies? May only the highest forces be present at this reading to ensure that the truth be told. Okay, let's see. The Magician. The Ten of Wands. The Temperance card. The Four of Wands. The Six of Swords. The Two of Pentacles. The Hierophant. The Death card. The Moon. And the Five of Wands. Okay, let's see what we've got. Well, you start the month out with the Magician, crossed by the Ten of Wands. So the Magician card, this is a card about manifesting. It's about creating, making something happen, visualizing an outcome, and having the talent and the abilities and all the tools you need for success. The Magician, if you look at this card, you're going to be doing a lot of communicating in October. The Magician is a card about communication. The Magician is a person who is like the messenger of the gods. You know, Hermes and Mercury. It relates to that mythology, where you're channeling divine energy and you're creating something in this realm. You have a dream, you have a vision, and you're learning how to manifest and make things happen. So it's a very powerful card. You're in a good position in October for making something happen, for bringing a dream to fruition. And you have all the talent that you need. The only thing you have to focus on is positive thinking, which is not hard for a Sag, because Sages are very optimistic, very positive in their approach to life. They are the optimists of the zodiac. When they're expressing their highest potential, they are very optimistic. Now you have crossing here the Ten of Wands, so you've been working really hard. This is a person who's carrying a heavy burden. You've been working toward a goal. You've been really trying to achieve something significant. And with the Ten of Wands, you're almost feeling like, I just want to put down my burdens. I'm tired of working. I want to see some results. And you are going to be coming to the end of a period of hard work, because the 10 is the end of the cycle. So don't think that you're never going to get a break, because you will in October, I think. Well, at least you're going to start to see some results. So you're going to feel like all my hard work has not been wasted. I am going to start to see some results. In the past, you have Temperance. The Temperance card is a card about balance. It's also a card about alchemy. It's about learning how to work with opposing energies, learning how to balance the different things in your life. So you might be balancing work and relationship, or you might be balancing things within your own personality, light and dark. How not to go to extremes. You might have been working, that might be a theme that you've been working with. This is a card of learning how to find the middle way and not go to extremes of emotion, not being overly angry or overly pessimistic or overly optimistic. Trying to find the balance, trying to find the middle ground. And that's the road to success, to find that, to balance the opposing forces within ourselves. This is the message of this card. And this card is because it's a major card, this has the Archangel Michael on the card. So you have divine protection, you have energies, you have the path that you're on is blessed by the divine. So you're on the right path, you just have to learn how to deal with the energies. You have to learn how to, basically, the ultimate meaning is balancing the energies within yourself. Because we have both light and dark within our personalities. We have to always constantly, that's like an eternal struggle. But that's the way that you can, that's the lesson that we're here to learn, is how to balance light and dark, how to balance the duality of life, and to find and to achieve success by blending both sides, or seeing both sides of an issue, not being rigid and just holding to one point of view, learning to be open and to consider other points of view, and finding a middle ground, finding a way to compromise. And that's the way that you're going to be achieving success in October. And you've already started to have some success because you have the Four of Wands here. This is a victory card. So you may be feeling a sense of victory about a goal, like you've achieved a goal, or you've achieved a level of success. Four of Wands in a relationship, a Four of Wands can actually mean marriage. So, and the Temperance card can mean that you're dealing with someone that you're very compatible with. So if you're in a relationship, you may have to, you've found a way to compromise to make the relationship work, so that it's not all about your needs, it's also about someone else's needs. But on the whole, in general, you're very compatible with this person. You have a lot of qualities that are that work well together. You just have to consider each other. You're learning how to do that. You're learning how to incorporate another person's life and needs into your own life. And the Four of Wands is, you might be thinking about marriage or some kind of commitment or some stability. With the Six of Swords in the future, you're moving away from something very that has been challenging. And you're moving towards something that's more positive and a calmer situation. So if you've been through like turmoil with someone, you're coming into an easier time or a calmer time. The Six of Swords is learning how to navigate a difficult situation and create harmony, and to move away from difficulty. So whatever was giving you grief in the past is not going to be touching your life in October. You're going to be moving away from it. And you have the Two of Pentacles coming up here. That's someone who's juggling a lot of projects. You might have a lot of irons in the fire. The Two of Pentacles is the juggler. So things might be up in the air. You're still you're kind of juggling two situations. And at some point, you might decide to focus your energy in one direction. But for now, So you might be either working 2 jobs or working on 2 projects, or you're working in one area but you're trying to develop something else in another area. You've got a lot going on in October. You're going to be kind of busy, but it's not going to be, but you're going to be enjoying the work, because I think things are going to start to move in a more, a smoother way, not so much conflict. The Hierophant represents, it's a teaching card. It's sharing wisdom. It's also, you might be dealing with institutions of learning, or institutions of maybe government, because the Hierophant is represents an established organization or an establishment, something that's been around for a long time, something that has rigid policies, conservative views. So you're dealing with people, or you're either dealing with an organization that is that has very strict policies, and you have to follow certain guidelines. So that could be, higher education. The Hierophant could sometimes be mean teaching, so you might be teaching or sharing your wisdom in some way. It also means spiritual wisdom. So it also means you're wanting to do the right thing. You're wanting to take the traditional path or the conservative path. So if it's a relationship situation, you're not wanting a superficial relationship. You want to do the right thing. You want a commitment. You want something that's going to be stable and going to last. So you're really considering, what is my path, and what are my actions? Am I doing? I want to do the right thing. I want to follow tradition. I want to follow the rules. So if you're studying, if you're on a spiritual path, you're being very dedicated to that path. You're not wanting to veer off and do your own thing. You're wanting to follow a path that can be a little bit difficult at times, because it's very rigid. It's not open to change. If it's a career situation, you're looking for stability. You're dealing with organizations that are very solid, very stable, have been around a long time. You have the Death card in your environment, so things are changing. Now, death does not mean death, so don't panic. What it means basically is you're ending one cycle and you're beginning a new cycle. So you've been clearing out whatever's no longer working. You're moving away from situations that just came to a kind of an end. Like you might have been, either you're ending a relationship or ending a job. You're clearing out whatever's no longer working. So your environment is changing. You're preparing for a new cycle to be born, or you're preparing for a new beginning. The Death card is clearing away what's no longer serving you, and then preparing for something new, to create space for something new to begin. And so you're really, things are going to be changing for you in October. Your environment is changing. You might find yourself in a whole new environment. In your hopes and wishes, you have the Moon card. The Moon card could mean someone who has a very vivid imagination. So you might be dreaming about a goal, and you may not be seeing it clearly, because sometimes the Moon relates to confusion or not seeing things clearly, things happening behind the scenes that you're not aware of. So if you're trying to make a decision about something in October, it may be hard to know what's really happening. So the card is saying, don't let your imagination run away with you. Don't get paranoid and imagine all these scenarios that may have nothing to do with reality. Look realistically at something before you decide what you're going to do. On the other hand, the moon can relate to creativity and psychic ability. So maybe one of your goals is involving doing something creative, doing something involving intuition, intuitive ability, psychic ability, art, something creative, where you can use your imagination, where you can use your ideas to bring something to fruition, because you have that magician. The magician is very good for manifesting goals that you want to achieve in life. You could also be wondering, can I trust the people around me? Is anyone deceiving me? Is there deception? So don't go looking for trouble in October and imagining, an enemy in every corner, because it might just be your imagination running away with itself. You're in a stable position. You're on a path towards success. But I see here with the Five of Wands, you might be concerned about competition. You might be feeling that the people you're working with are not playing fair or not wanting to work together. You might feel that you're working with a group of people where the energies are very strong and each person is very kind of independent and each person has their own idea about how to get things done. So the group that you're working with may be fighting over petty details. If it's a relationship, it could be also the same thing, that you're arguing with someone. Maybe you're being a little bit too petty, so maybe you should just focus on what's important. Don't fight little battles, fight the big battle. The Five can also be internal struggle. Maybe you're trying to make a decision. You're realizing that your life is changing and you have this new path ahead of you and you have to make certain decisions and choices, and you're having some kind of internal struggle, not knowing exactly which path to take. And maybe you're struggling. Part of the struggle is because you can't see what's going on, because you know that there's missing information. So with the moon, you're going to have to kind of use your intuition to navigate through any kind of difficulties in October, because you're not going to be able to see everything. But I think that eventually you're going to be able, if you find, this is the key to get through this, any conflicts you come up against in October, the way out is through the Temperance card. And the Magician also. The Magician is about visualization. So seeing the outcome in your mind, focusing on a positive outcome, meditating even 5 minutes a day, visualizing the outcome that you want to achieve. What am I trying to achieve? How do I want things to go? And also Temperance is about compromise, finding the balance. So don't go to extremes with people. Don't get caught up in drama, in arguments, petty arguments that then lead to big drama. Just try to find the middle path. Try to be more realistic in your appraisal. Don't let your imagination run away with itself. This is another card of extremes, the moon. Things just seem, your imagination is working overtime, and that could cause conflict if you start to suspect things about people that have nothing to do with reality. So you have to be more realistic and just be prepared for change. You have success coming. You have changes coming. And if you find the middle ground, you'll do okay. And also, if you follow a path, don't stray from the path. Follow your intuitive guidance. Follow that inner guide. You have a lot of wisdom to share. So don't let any kind of competition or petty arguing. If people want to argue over petty things, just walk away. Don't get involved. Don't take the bait. Just do your thing. Focus on what you need. Focus on your own inner wisdom. Do what you know in your heart is right, and you will be okay, because you are moving away from challenges and you are moving toward greater harmony with the Six of Swords. This is always moving toward calmer waters or calmer shores. So you could be changing your residence, or you could be changing jobs, and you may be worried about doing the right thing or making the right decision. I think you have all, don't doubt yourself. You have all the tools you need for success. Just embrace change and visualize a positive outcome. Use your Sagittarian gift for positive thinking, and you can overcome any kind of conflict or competition in the month of October. So this is what my message is for October. I hope this reading has helped you, and I wish you luck and I wish you much success, and I will talk to you again in November. Thank you.